What is up, guys? We are doing another one of my favorite moments of 2017, and when I was thinking about Fairy Tail, there was a couple moments that popped into my head that deserved to be talked about in one of my favorite moments. But I think this particular moment stood above the rest, and that is Zeref in his god form one-shotting Natsu. So basically, you have Zeref who had just successfully extracted Fairy Heart from Mavis. He just turns into this god form with I think he's like all white. He's got these wings. He's like able to control like time and space itself. Like he's just incredibly OP, right? Just insanely OP. Natsu shouldn't have a chance against this guy, right? So Natsu, like he normally does, just rushes in there and he throws a God, it's been a while since I've watched Fairy Tail. I think it's called Fire Dragon Iron Fist. He threw one of those attacks at him, like completely obliterates the entire guild, and he apologizes to Makarov. He's like, "I'm sorry, but I destroyed the guild again." And Zeref is just like nowhere to be seen. He's just like left in like pieces, basically. Like that's how OP Natsu's punch was, right? But then all of a sudden you see all the pieces that Natsu left Zeref in kind of he builds himself back together, right? And he just literally just like walks up to Natsu, just sticks his hand through his torso, and like first of all, Natsu just kind of like coughs up blood and he's just kind of like in shock, right? Um and one of my favorite Zeref lines ever, man. He's just like I'm kind of like this is just like off memory, so this might not be like exactly right, but he says something along the lines of you don't have to apologize to Makarov because he's already dead. You can go apologize to him in heaven or whatever. It was something like that, and I thought it was just such a badass line from Zeref. Like that's like classic Zeref to me. Just saying badass stuff like that. That's why I love him. And so you kind of see like the moment Zeref takes his hand out, Natsu just kind of falling to the ground with like a combination of just like blood in the air and tears as well, because this is the first time like Natsu didn't know that Makarov died, so like this is his first time actually hearing it. So like I thought it was a really cool touch by Mashima to show like Natsu crying as well in that moment. I thought that was really a small thing, but I thought it was pretty cool. And then to finish all of this off, to put like the cherry on top, Zeref just walks away with with Natsu like on the ground, and he just simply says goodbye, Natsu. Like that's all I needed, man. Like he just like that classic thing of like people walking away and there's like an explosion behind them, like in slow motion. Like this was kind of like that too, but just Zeref saying goodbye, Natsu. Like I thought that was so cool, man. All right, so why is this moment one of my favorite moments in 2017? I think because for the first time in, well, maybe not the first time, but like, I mean, let's be honest. You guys obviously know my feelings towards the Alvarez Empire arc. Like, I just did not like it at all. Um, I thought it was just typical generic fairy tale, like just way too safe. There wasn't many risks involved, not too many surprises. Whenever Mashima did surprise us and do something really shocking, he would take it back. Example, Juvia, Gajil, lesser extent, Makarov's death, right? He would always take it back. So, why this excited me so much was because, okay, wow, Mashima is, I mean, for the first time, he's not doing something predictable. Like, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see Zeref straight up one-shotting Natsu. Like, have we ever really seen Natsu lose a fight? Like, maybe a handful of times in the entirety of Fairy Tail, maybe. So it was really uh neat to see just something different, to actually see Natsu lose something. I thought was really cool. So yeah, I definitely think that's one of the reasons why this worked for me, was just seeing one of our heroes actually lose in a battle. Like it almost felt like we were in some kind of weird alternate reality or something, because that never happens in Fairy Tail. It just never does. So it was refreshing to see somebody actually lose. And then for Zeref, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This fight up to his god form was super disappointing and boring to me because it was literally just Natsu and Zeref just like punching each other, and it was disappointing because we know what Zeref is capable of. Like, he's the Black Wizard, you know. So like it was just disappointing to see him. Like, I don't think he used like much magic at all in that fight in the guild hall, right? So it was disappointing just to like. It felt like he was being held back. You know what I mean? Like he was just beating around the bush when we know what this guy is capable of. So then when he does turn into this form, it's nice to see him, live up to that name, the Black Wizard. It's nice to see him, just live up to that hype, be the Zeref that we all know he is, right? So I mean, yeah, that's basically it for this one. I mean, it was an obvious choice, man. I just remember when this happened in the manga, everybody was freaking out. Um, yeah, it was just like I said, it was just unexpected. I don't think anybody really saw that coming. Um, yeah, it was a really cool moment for sure. Like I said, just uh averting expectations, I guess. Like Mashima doing that for one of the very few times, but it was great to see that. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's it for this one. Like I said, Zeref one-shotting Natsu, man. I'll always always remember that. Um, even though even though he came back literally the next chapter, I will always love just this moment by itself. It's really annoying he came back the next chapter, but it's whatever. It's whatever, man. I'm over it. I'm over it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, peace.